About another 30 minutes, that's why I didn't get to you, I didn't see it until.
Saw a couple of games there, so I thought.
Yeah, that's what,
I'm not just.
that's what it was, yeah, I hated it, I could have done it for sure, but that's what it was. It was a meeting after the meeting, you know how that goes, right?
Yeah. I'm not still in the parking lot.
Go find me. That's good. He does play a lot of golf. What did he say, like 2,000?
I don't know. He played a lot.
A huge number this year. Like, wow.
I went in and I said, hey, I need to find Mr. Dowdy out on the floors. He goes, take that cart right there. He goes, probably just go down the hill. We're probably on two.
You knew about where they were.
Well, they were teeing off.
Oh, okay.
They were a little bit behind. So
Just
I
getting
went
ready to
down
go.
and went up the hill to the tee box.
Got a regular group he plays with every
It
day.
sounds like that. All retired guys.
Yeah, I remember retired.
Down south somewhere.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, we ended up doing, what was recommended at the meeting, put one part of it in yesterday, today. We'll do the other part for 2 years.
Greg said, I need somebody.
Really? That's the whole thing right there.
Yeah, it was,
Yeah.
Well, that is good.
Thank you.
it worked out great.
I'm gonna set up that hearing in 2 years.
It's just fun to do that second quarter.
So they get another 2 weeks. So, and then when they come and see me, there's usually.
I'm just kind of getting started on ours. I've got this year I started now too. Yeah, I've got, I think 3 of them in there now. They're gonna come up. I'm trying to do the same thing.
One's coming up on the 30th. I'm just gonna see about stretching it to 2 years. And just, gotta put 3 minutes. Let some of the other that are coming to do.
Developers that we work with.
Did they have something like 12, 15 or 18 too, or they had several combinations, right? Or
They have 4 weeks, 13 weeks, public works, 26 weeks.
And then the day goes on their water.
2 years.
So.
It says 3 that she's not.
well, there is nothing between a year and 2 years then. Okay.
And I'm going,
Okay.
Chris, you have a house with issues. And yes, you're the owner. Time, you gotta let this get out there.
Last summer.
His LLC.
Got civil work and civil work.
Yeah.
So.
And I didn't have nearly that many, but it's still not very good for me. I had about 15 of them.
So I started talking to you.
Not that big, but.
Yeah. Started talking to the neighbor.
Yeah.
They had to all this. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a cleanness.
Yeah, I know.
They'll farm that out.
All right, folks, it is 2:08. My apologies. I thought we were, great job getting the staff. Call to order. Why don't we start, we can start over there, intros real quick.
Joe Killian, MoDOT.
Mark Phillips, Cape Special.
Stephen Downey, Dade County Commission.
Kerry Harbison, Seymour Port.
Matt Winter, City of Jackson.
City of Jackson.
Alex Macklin, Central Staff.
Stacy Kinder, City of Cape Fair.
Trevor Foley, City of Cape. Drew Christian, senior RPC.
Janine Smith, Cape County Transit. James Collier, KLG.
And online, we have Jim Grevy, Cecily Cochran, and Tom Caldwell.
All right, welcome to you all. We have an agenda before us. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Second, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor then, adoption of the agenda.
Aye.
That carries. We were sent minutes from our previous meeting way back in July.
July.
There are motions to approve.
So moved.
Second. Any discussion about that or edits? All right, all in favor of those minutes, please say aye.
Aye.
I have nothing to report right now. Anyone in the public wishing to make comments? Here, anyone online? No, okay. We'll move on then to, new or unfinished business. First is, resolution 2025-09, a resolution approving MoDOT and IDOT 2025 safety performance targets.
So at this time of year, again, we do this annually. We decide either to support the state's targets or adopt our own, or to be a support the state target. You have a one-page handout here, front and back. Front page, one has MoDOT safety targets, and then on the back, you have IDOT safety targets. These were recently adopted and provided to NGOs as guidance. We have until February 27th of 2026 to decide to support the state goals or establish our own. MoDOT's goals are established based on the 0 by 30 fatality reduction, 0 by 2040 serious injury reduction, with a factoring in of a 1% increase of vehicle miles traveled. IDOT targets were established based on their 2024-2026 triennial highway safety plan.
Any discussion about that? Pro or con? Well, then is there a motion to approve this resolution?
So moved.
No one further discussion? All right, all in favor then of resolution 2025-09, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, that resolution carries. Next is a discussion about the Metropolitan Transportation Plan update.
Okay, you do have a staple handout here from CGB Transportation Engineers and Planners regarding their progress on the development of our MTP. As you can see, during September, we're still focusing on Task 4, which is the 2050 Transportation System Needs Assessment and Potential Project List Update. So individual entities will be contacted by our consultant to identify transportation needs going into the future and what needs to be included on our fiscally constrained list, and then also our illustrative list where there's needs, but there's not identified funding. The biggest news from our MTP project is we've scheduled our next round of public open houses to be held on the 9th and October 30th at Osage Jackson Civic Center from 4 to 6 p.m. You have a flyer that we've been circulating, advertising to the public to meet. The last public open houses we had were pretty well attended. I think a certain faction arrived interested in one transportation project, that being the Trans-American Corridor, where exactly that would be located. But I think they left with a better understanding of all the transportation issues and needs in the area. So I thought, so we'll be having those at the end of the month. Please feel free to circulate those flyers and let folks know if they have any interest in attending.
Always get through the advertise. That did pretty well.
Yeah, thank you.
Any other discussion about that? All right, looking forward to that open house. Next, we have a discussion about the transit system planning.
Okay, so this is a FY 26 project that we have programmed. Working with Ms. Smith, we developed a request for proposals, which is currently out. You have a copy for your reference. There's two stapled ones that look identical, just because we got lazy and didn't change the cover. But one's for a transit planning study, the other's for the multimodal freight study. For the transit study, proposals are due today. I believe I've seen 6 proposals come in so far, so that's a healthy response from the solicitation. Jenny and I will go through those and then make a recommendation to the planning committee who we'd like to partner with. That recommendation will ultimately be sent up to the board for review. So we'll be reviewing those later this week and next week.
Any further discussion? Great, next is the multimodal freight plan.
Similar to the transit study, this RFP is in circulation currently. It has a little bit longer of a window because it went out a little later. This one's due October 24th. We've advertised this on SEMPO's website. We also directly solicited over 30 local and regional firms. We also have it on AMPO, which is the Association of Metropolitan Planning Organizations RFP board. And we have it on the APA, which is American Planning Association's RFP. So we're hoping for a healthy response for that. I've gotten some questions from potential consultants. So I know that they've seen it and there's interest out there.
We've received.
Oh, okay, awesome. Yeah, I've seen at least at least 2 different firms that reached out to me with questions.
Yeah, we've had 4 reach out, question. Received 1.
Just as a reminder, we contracted with the SEMPO Regional Planning Commission to actually do the contract and project management of this one. So that's why they're saying they're being contacted. Well, they're helping administer the project.
This is strictly freight,
Yes.
freight study, but it encompasses highway, air, water, and rail.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, all gamuts of freight. So our Metropolitan Transportation Plan, which is our 20-year long-range transportation, will have a transit component to it, or a freight component to it. But this will be a much deeper dive, and it's to provide more detail and context of what the law is.
Any other comments, discussion? Thanks, Alex. And lastly, the Transportation Improvement Program update.
Quick update, we executed a task order with SEMPO Regional Planning Commission. They have historically helped us maintain and update our SIP, so they'll be working on that this fiscal year as well. Drew, I don't know if you had any other comments on it.
Pretty much the same as last week, working on the boilerplate right now. Specific information for the different entities in the area, specifically the revenue and costs, so that we can do the fiscal constraint. That's why we reached out to all of the governmental entities as well as special road district and transit, just to get the fiscal numbers. We make everything better.
Just as a reminder, as regional planning staff reach out to you for projects that need to be in the tip, those projects also need to be reflected in our MTP. So we just have one less share of both.
Any other comments? All right, we will move to member reports for the city of Jay. Hand it right over to Trevor Holt.
Good news, Perryville's open.
Yeah, that is good.
It's open. Lexington, we changed the makeup of the teacher right now. It's going the same way, so we changed it to do the south side of Lexington. They are moving along very quickly. We are hoping Lexington is going to be done in about We should have a new overlay on it, striping all the way to Carolina, it will be done, barring weather.
Done.
Done. So once Perryville is, and Lexington is completely open, you're gonna see a new timeline come out from North Spring from Lexington to Broadway. You will see the full there. But you'll see the full timeline on that one. We'll be, doing North Spring just as we did Lexington. You'll have new signal lights on Lexington and you'll have some different grades. They're at normal, new ADA, couple entrances right there by roads are gonna be closed for new signal light right there. That is, we're hoping in the 18-month project, barring weather. So you're gonna see that, we will be sending bids out for that, and there'll be a timeline released Friday. So that is a new one coming up. After that one, we'll be working probably looking in the main, in that neighborhood at the same time. After Lexington is done, we'll be doing Berkeley. The whole stretch of road will be done. We're still doing concrete, asphalt repair. South Spring is moving along. We're doing all the infrastructure under it right now. It's about half done with the water, sewer, and all the lines under that we're replacing. It should be done, we're praying by end of December. We've got several stormwater projects going on up in, Perryville, Box Culvert, Lisa, Glen Ridge, and Westbrook. We're hoping another 6 months that whole watershed will be done. That's about all the updates I have for SEMPO. I think everybody, and Greenbrier is almost done. I don't see Shad here, so.
Yeah,
I was on Greenbrier last night, checking some of the things where they're at, and it's almost done. I wanted him to be here so I could tell.
yeah, kidding.
But we are doing more asphalt and concrete repair throughout the city. Amos, Minnesota, is gonna be done. Glenville, Good Hope, Sprague, Sheridan. Right now, we have a small section of Good Hope shut down due to a large water main break. We're waiting on the concrete company to come in and replace that, but it should be done in the next month.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
City of Jackson.
Couple of things. Well, since the last meeting, we finished up our Sunset Bridge, replacement. It was a grant program in Missouri at, around 90%. So that's done. We've awarded our roundabout, at Deerwood and North High Street to Funnebarger. Bids came in good. I think it was $1.1 million for them. So, contract was signed this week. So I think they'll start, this fall building, the roundabout there. Couple sidewalk projects that we had grants on. The one on East Main is moving along. We have a small extension, but that'll be done by the end of the year, between Bellevue and the roundabout at Shawnee. And then the next one, hopefully we're in the, finishing up the process to be able to bid that out later this year, early year. That's the sidewalk project on Independence Street, near the middle school. That's also a grant project as well. And then our regular concrete and asphalt maintenance program, improvement programs ongoing throughout the city. One final thing, the Board of Aldermen decided not to move forward with a major intersection change to Donna Drive and East Jackson Boulevard, but just go with the basic MoDOT program, which is the put in a third lane at Donna and East Jackson Boulevard, and not redo the whole intersection to the left of that, shutting down streets. We thought that was a big project right now, and not really we didn't have funding, because I think it was estimated over $1 million to do that. So we're going to take a pause on that one, but we definitely going ahead with the major program of getting a third lane in Donna Drive.
We, since our last meeting, we were awarded a TAP grant for phase 3 of the Total Creek Trail, which goes from the high school, Jackson, West Jackson, Board down to the soccer. Eventually gets started.
Hey, County.
I guess plus since the last meeting, I don't know if we finished the Apple Creek Bridge on 501 or not, but that's completed. We also finished the bridge on County Road 401 that crosses into Perry County across Apple Creek, so both those two are completed back open. Paving should be kind of wrapping up towards the end of this month. We've got 2 or 3 miles yet to complete. And starting to plan for next year, looking to probably replace a couple more bridges and probably hopefully double the number of miles that we convert from gravel to asphalt compared to what we've done in the past. So that's kind of it in a nutshell.
Thanks. Special road district.
We've got a bridge project underway. We're pretty far into it too. We should have been setting beams yesterday, but the Pennzoil is the contractor and their crane is down, so we're waiting on parts, Wisconsin. As soon as those beams are set, which may be Friday of this week, if they get everything in, I would say estimate probably at the end of the month, that bridge will be complete. That's at the intersection of 635 and 637, kind of out by Scriptural Lutheran Church, if anybody's familiar with that area. Other than that, it's pretty much routine maintenance. We're replacing culverts for next year, ahead of next year's overlays and what have you. That's it for us. Thank you.
CPA.
Just received 5 new vehicles last week. We have 6 more will be there in a couple of weeks. We're not really decommissioning any of our current vehicles, so we're expanding our fleets. We hope to have about 75 in the next year. We were awarded, or I was awarded a safety grant for shelter improvements for our current bus shelters throughout the city of Cape. So you're going to be seeing solar lighting, police help buttons, new glass improvements put in there. These demo projects, so unless we continue the funding, they may not stay that way, but we have to demonstrate their need for safety. We are in the process of launching a new part of our app, which will allow riders to do more like an Uber feature where we can request rides online. They'll get reminders of their future ride cancellation options. When we need to talk to somebody, they'll actually know when the right driver is on the way.
Can I just hold you there and just say, I remember talking about this 2 or 3 years ago, and that was seen as an impossibility. So, kudos.
Thanks.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, we even have an app and see our logo when you go search us. We'll be launching soon.
Wonderful. Sorry to interrupt, but
No,
I
it's
just
good.
that really 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, that's a good way to put that. Yeah.
Because I get called too, and you just so.
Yeah, and we have seen a huge increase in the use of the shelter that's at our new location for the Greyhound Flix bus. We've seen a lot of people. We've personally been working, I have personally been working with a new project that we're going to launch called Safe Return for individuals who are stranded in Cape and purchasing the tickets to get out of Cape. And that's what they want to go back home. So I've personally been able to put 8 people on buses to get them back home or to a different shelter if that's what's needed. And then we are also working with several businesses on Nash Road to launch an extension to our Ride to Work program with Amazon starting, Schaefer Electric, lots of different things. And so the 75 vehicles will all be in use. We've seen about 45% increase in just the demand. So that's excited.
Yeah. Thank you. Port.
We're continuing with our project, that'll allow us to build some additional storage tracks. I think they just did their second to last rock blast yesterday. It's moving on pretty well.
Airport. RPC. SEMPO.
We've already covered everything earlier. We do have our TAC meeting.
Who handle RPC? Anybody? Nope.
Madam Chair.
Oh, sorry. Yes, Food Hill.
Hey, thanks for having us. Good afternoon. We will be having our annual banquet on Thursday of next week. That will be a combination TAC and multimodal TAC meeting, in addition to our administrative board meeting. Something we look forward to every year. We are still on a holding pattern, waiting on getting approval and getting our contract of agreement signed with the Highway Administration on our Safe Roads and Streets for All grant. It was awarded back in August, and we're still waiting to try to get that squared away so that we can start work on that project. That's one that we're really looking forward to getting started on as well. We ended up the TAP cycle with two TAP grants was all that we had out of our 6 counties. That's all that applied, and I believe that they were both awarded. So that would be a good thing for communities. We have finished up our active transportation plan as far as the planning stages with Hayti Heights, and we have completed that plan, and now we move into the implementation phase with them. We are starting an active transportation plan with the community of Campbell, Missouri, and that will start another planning session that will run 1 year before we go into the implementation phase with them. That's about it for us, and thank you for having us.
Thanks so much. MoDOT.
I got a few things to go over. First, tomorrow is the annual winter ops drill for MoDOT. So we will have our, all of our plow trucks and things out and basically, going over routes, going over equipment, kind of making sure that we're ready. It might be 80 degrees this week, but winter is coming probably sooner rather than later. So we just want to be prepared for that. Just as an aside, it's probably a good thing to check our own vehicles to make sure that we have something there in case we were to be stranded on the side of the road, just as a personal deal. We are looking to, oh, the other thing is tomorrow at 10 a.m., I believe, is the Great American Shakeout. So the big tornado, earthquake drill. And so we call your attention to that'll be going on. We are, in other news, we're starting our updates for the 27 through 31 STIP. Starting to get our estimates, getting those projects signed out to our design group to go ahead and get those estimates back. And I did have some updates from Corbin. He is in Jeff City today for a meeting for the Emerson Bridge. He said they're still tentatively planning to switch traffic around on November the 1st. Work continues on the joints along the westbound lane, working on the Midspan Illinois Tower, end of cable stay joint installation. And there have been issues at the expansion joints, and there was a cost. I don't remember. I hesitate to even say what that was, but there have been issues at the expansion joint that may delay the November 1st date. Route 72, the mill fill overlay, the contractor has finished the concrete work. Asphalt work begins the 3rd week of October, so any day now. The drainage project, is it already started? Okay, good. Well, I like when they're timely. 3rd week of October, let's go ahead and get it.
Every night they do it.
That's good. The drainage project on Route 61 here in town. Push should be finished the ditch digging and rock placement by the 3rd week of October. So again, fairly soon. The Bloomfield Road Bridge, we do have that work in. I did the amendment on that to get that added in with the I-55 job that's going to be starting. I think it's scheduled to be let in January. And then I had a late update for the Route K project from west of town into almost to Seamers Drive. That basically that got delayed. It was scheduled for a December letting, and that got pushed back to February. Apparently there was a change in ownership on the car wash, and so the right-of-way offer that we have made, we had some issues with the timing with that, so they're trying to nail that down with the time with the right-of-way. Just make sure we're all good there before we let that project. But last I saw the other day, that is scheduled for February. So
Just a time
anticipate.
frame on length of that project by any means?
I
Have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. I imagine they're going to try to get the work in right there next to Notre Dame. We're gonna try to go and get that knocked out while school's out.
Okay.
To take care of the biggest delay, at least as far as traffic.
That's what I was wondering.
So, but they may not be done next year,
Yeah.
but I do think that will be a big push. Try to get that knocked out as fast as we can and definitely avoid any school issues if we can, traffic issues. So I do anticipate if that all goes well, that they'll award that project in March. And again, probably they'll probably start work early when they can off the right of way or whatever, off on the side, and then as soon as school's out, really hit that hard to try to go and get that done. And I think that is everything I have. Someone has a
One
question?
question about the drainage on 61. It looks amazing on north side of 61 right up here. It does. Do you know where that nursing home is right there across from one of Carl Orchard's? Corbin will know. We had a lake there our last rain. Something's plugging that drainage up. Everything else is flowing except right there.
Is that the one is it just north or just south of, Mount Auburn?
It will
is it-
be
Is it Fountain Blue or what?
Fountain Blue, yes.
Maybe.
So our last rain, it actually went up to almost the door, but everything else was draining well, except that. But they haven't, I didn't know if you're gonna be doing work on that side of the highway, because there hadn't been anything done over there. But the other side looks amazing. It does.
I do not know, Trevor, but we will look into that, get an answer back and see, maybe they did all the work on one side and had need to come back and do the other, but I don't know, honestly.
Called and I'm gonna be seeing you today and I want to check, just have Corbin check. I would assume they're going to, but I've never
Right.
seen it. I mean, we didn't have that much rain last time, but it was up to their doors.
Yeah,
So
certainly we want to be aware if
There's
there's,
something's plugging it up there, on that side, but everything else was going well. The drainage and doing my system was amazing. It was.
we will check on that and get an answer back to you.
Thank you.
Wrap up, well done.
That's,
I got, yes,
No report.
thanks. Yeah, Federal Highway.
This is Cecily. Can everybody hear me?
Yes, great.
Hi, I just had one thing that I wanted to report, and you probably have already received notification of the interim final rule for DBE goals. Federal Highway is currently collecting comments through November. If you all have any questions or concerns regarding the interim final rule, please don't hesitate to contact me. Or if you need a link to it, and I can drop it in the chat if I need to, Alex. The access on the Federal Register where you can see the proposed changes that went into effect on the 3rd, and where you can leave comments if you so please until November.
All right. That wrap it up. Thanks so much, Leslie. We'll next move to staff report, Alex.
I have nothing additional.
Any other business? All right then, is there a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Second discussion? All in favor of adjournment, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone vote? We are adjourned. Thank you all very much.
Long, thank you.
Oh. Yes, sir. Yeah. I